Hi everybody. One form of storage device which has become indispensable to all of us today is your pen drive or thumb drive, as some would call it. And they come in a variety of sizes starting from 512 MB, which was very prominent a couple of years back, and now we have storages going on till 64 GB and beyond. Uh, Slowly catching up is our external portable hard disk. Because of its cost, it's not that prominent. It's quite common now, but it's not that prominent as your thumb drive would be. When we get a thumb drive and insert it into our computer will be in for shock. We would have bought it saying 2 GB pen drive, and as soon as we insert it for the first time, it would read it as 1.87 GB in case of a 2 GB pen drive. Or if you insert a 1 GB pen drive, it would read somewhere around 0.95 or 0.94 GB. Okay, so some might think that they have lost some space to the Windows. It's not the case. In order to confirm that, I'll take you through to one of the manufacturer's site. Here I have taken excerpt from PNY website. Okay, he is one of the leading manufacturers of portable storage devices. What he says is he clearly states that 1 megabyte is 1 million bytes, 1 gigabyte is 1 billion bytes. Okay, 1 million is 10 power 6 and giga is 10 power 9. Okay. That's what he says. Okay, let it be the case. Then why are we losing the space? We are not losing any space. It is the way Windows interprets this the storage devices that makes these values turn up. Windows is basically based on digital electronics. The entire thing operates digitally, so that's digital comes in base of 2. I hope you get it. Digital electronics comes in the base with a base 2. Like for your RAM, they started with a 64 MB couple of decades back, then it became 128 MB, 256 MB, 512, and then 1024 MB rounded off and being called as 1 GB RAM. If you see all these, they are raised to the power of 2. That is how digital electronic works. Okay, the basic form of a storage in your digital electronics basic storage is a bit, and 8 bits make 1 byte. 8 bits make 1 byte, and multiples of byte is what we have here in our storage units. Gigabyte, megabyte, these are multiples of bytes. Okay, so let me just open the calculator for easy reference. What happens here is, as I said earlier, the manufacturer designs his system or designs the storage devices in powers of 10. So let me take this GB case, gigabyte. He has raised it to the power of 10 and into 2 for a 2 GB pen drive. So it has this many number of bytes according to the manufacturer. Okay, but how Windows interprets is, as I told you earlier, it interprets as powers of 2. Like 1024 bytes make 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobytes make 1 megabyte, 1024 megabytes make 1 gigabyte, and goes on, so on and so forth. It is not like the general way, like 1000 bytes making 1 kilobyte. That is the manufacturer's way of looking at it, but Windows looks at it as 1024 bytes making 1 kilobyte. So these are the total number of bytes that manufacturer has proposed in his device. So let me convert it to first kilobyte divided by 1024. 1024 bytes make 1 kilobyte. So divide all these bytes, divide these bytes by 1024. It will give you the number of megabytes. Kilobytes. Okay, and then again divided by 1024 to get the value in terms of megabyte. So what I essentially have here is 1907 megabytes, and again divided by 1024 to get in terms of gigabytes. What you see is 1.8626 gigabytes. That is almost close to 1.87 GB. So do you get it? The manufacturer has manufactured the device in powers of 10. Giga, he has raised it to the power 10 power 9, whereas Windows is interpreting it in powers of 2. Windows is taking that extra 24 bytes to calculate the kilobyte, and extra 24 kilobytes to calculate the megabyte, and extra 24 megabytes to calculate the gigabyte. That is where this deficiency is coming from. Similar way, if you see, look at my hard disk, it is supposed to be a 500 GB hard disk, but what I would have here is around some 460 GB of space. 341 the second partition, third partition is 22.3. as I told, it is 464.3. okay, it is supposed to be a 500 GB hard disk. So again, let me convert it to, in terms of manufacturer's specification, raise 10 to the power 9 into 500, sorry, these many number of bytes are present in my hard disk. So when Windows interprets it, convert these bytes to kilobytes, 1024, and again divided by 1024, converted to megabyte, converted again gigabyte by dividing it by 1024. These number of gigabytes is what Windows interprets it to be. This is almost close to 464 GB. I've got 100 MB of system reserved space. So if you take that into consideration, it is almost like both are equal. So that is how it goes. And for your confirmation, I'll show you another excerpt. This I have taken it from Transat website. Here they have clearly stated 1 GB equals 1 billion bytes in manufacturer's view, but when operating system interprets it, it would be displayed as 1 billion bytes divided by 1024 kilobytes divided by 1024 megabytes, and 1024 to give you in terms of gigabytes. Okay, so that is how your and that is why you are saying a lesser space in your pen drive when compared to what manufacturer has actually mentioned. I hope it was useful. Take care. See you. Bye bye.